There the machine is. All right. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, March 9th, 2020 at 7:12 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Well, this morning sure is interesting. Let's check out the markets. Of course, looking at the crypto market, boom, a lot of red, a few specks of green here and there, but in general, Bitcoin coming in at $7,771 this moment. Let's look at the world. All right, let's look at the major world indices. And as you can see, we're kind of taking a world dump this morning. So let's keep going a little bit deeper. On a good note, the yen versus USD, well, the yen tends to be a safe haven, and as you can see, people have been rocking into that while the market's gotten really unstable and been taking a serious dump this morning. Kind of wish they were doing that with Bitcoin also, but let's keep going and see how Bitcoin is doing. This is a neat little indicator you can watch. It shows whales, buys versus sells, and it's a very interesting little indicator. Last night, well, I should say about an hour or two ago, before the market was open, I was seeing the U.S. market. That is, I was seeing just about only sells. Now I'm seeing about a mix of red and green, so a mix of buys and sells. So it looks like there is some bull versus bear action at least starting. I know this is a very barbaric way of measuring the market, but hey, I look at everything that I possibly can, and I weight its value. This has some value. Like I say, it was all sells not too long ago. Now we're seeing a mix of buys and sells by the whales. Looking at Tether into Bitcoin last 24 hours, 6.78 billion. That is massive. All right, Tether into Ethereum, 3.8 billion. Massive. Now, I know this has only slight value, but it is a measurement, and we can look at it daily and we can see how it relates to the market. Over the counter is probably many times more than this, but still, from what we can measure across the top 10 exchanges, we are seeing this Tether into Bitcoin. So, Tether at 6.78 billion last 24 hours into Bitcoin. Looking at volume. Volume is massive. We haven't been over a billion last couple days, and today we are 2.2 billion. That's massive. A whole billion of that, plus a little on Binance. Not bad. Other exchanges really showing up. Bitfinex 310 million, Coinbase 291 million. Other big players definitely in the arena today also. Let's look at longs versus short sentiment on Binance, since that is where most of the volume is. Longs versus shorts, 32% short, 67% longs. That is definitely a positive sentiment. When the market opened, boom! Well, it was quite the interesting moment. The Dow Jones crashed 7% instantly, and that fires off the circuit breaker, and so you can't do, I believe it's cash back and forth for a little bit, 15-minute timeout, go to your room, behave, you've been bad on the playground. Anyway, Dow Jones Industrial Average breaks the circuit breaker, and then when it opened again, you can see it dumped a little bit, and now it's beginning to at least go sideways, possibly a little bit of recovery now, but the day is still young. Let's look at this on the daily. All right, as you can see, the Dow Jones definitely, as you can see here, it was Friday, and then of course we are opening with a gap, and boom. So definitely Dow Jones Industrial Average took a pretty good dump this Monday. Let's look at the S&P 500. It's coming. There we go. S&P 500 definitely took a pretty strong dump this morning. Red candle. Let's look at the Russell 2000. Boom. Did the same. So really Dow Jones Industrial Average, Russell 2000, S&P 500, all taking a pretty hard dump this morning. Let's see if we can see a little bit more data here. I'll bring this in. Last night I noticed that crude oil, the futures were down like 30-some%. It was massive. Right now we're just down 17%. So crude definitely taking a big old hit. looking again at the major indices of the world, you can see lots and lots and lots of red. So, world market this morning dumping, and so I wanted to kind of just get that across that the world markets are, they're bouncing off the ground, definitely dumping. So since we know that is the case, let's look at Bitcoin. How's it doing compared to the rest of the world? Oh, and I did want to quickly look at gold. Gold, red candle today, but it has been on a nice uptrend. It did take a dump recently, but today's a red candle. We shall see how the day plays out. I would really like to see gold close today on a green candle. That would be great as far as it being a safe haven asset. I mean, look at the yen. That's definitely going to close today on a green candle. That's proving to be a safe haven asset. I would like to see gold close green, and let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Well, some were seeing a head and shoulders recently on the daily. I don't really put a lot of stake in those patterns, but it does seem like it played out, as we can see there. So this morning, well, red candle, MACD dismally negative, red candle, Bitcoin's dumping this morning. But it is following a pattern. So in the 4-hour chart, we had this beautiful uptrend channel. Now we've been in a downtrend channel. We broke out of it briefly. Now we have fallen back into it. What I really would like to see today is that we, at worst, bounce off the 786 fib line. That would be around 7,624. And right now, Bitcoin is at 7,780. So let's see if we can get the 786 bounce. It'd be nice if we could today get back up here to the 618 and start using that as support and resistance around 82 or 8300. So basically, the market dumped, the big indexes dumped, they blew circuit breakers. Bitcoin has not reacted as a safe haven yet. As you can see, like the Japanese yen here, safe haven. Gold, well, it's fighting. It's not just outright dumping. So Bitcoin, come on, time to show up. You got to prove you are the safe haven we would like you to be. With that said, looking at the 2-hour, it's not looking very good either. Well below the 200 moving average. Actually, and also looking at the daily, we're below the 200 moving average. Looking at the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin, no hope quite in sight yet. We are still pretty much dumping, although it looks like we might be gathering a little bit of sideways action here. Maybe we are finding support and resistance here at 77.91 or so. So, with that said, I'm watching these fib lines today, seeing how Bitcoin's going to play in these. It's a 4-hour chart, starting the fib when we made a challenge to the 200 and got over it on January 2nd, taking that fib up to the all-time high since then. Basically, this is a fib that I'm finding works. Bitcoin's sticking to it. We are doing a 782 bounce. I was thinking we were going to see a 618 bounce, but we went right past it. So let's see if we recover and get back to this 618 at least today at around 82.39. With that said, we're all just watching. The world's crazy. I'm going to say, looking at the world markets, looking at what's going on, overall, I think Bitcoin is hanging in there. It ain't doing too bad. So, with that said, obstacles can't stop you, weather can't stop you, heartbreak can't stop you, failure can't stop you, only you can stop you. Keep hammering. This is going to be a legendary week, and I hope that it's a legendary week for Bitcoin as it pulls it off, as it bounces hard, and it shows the world that it is a safe haven asset, that it is sound money. This all matters. It's a peaceful revolution. I'm glad you're here, and I will see you tomorrow.